Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Grand Ultimate Life. I'm Jacob Glassmeyer. If we haven't met before, I'm your Tai Chi guy. Tai Chi has become my life's purposeful passion, and has come with some great benefits. And sometimes there's cons to it as well. Sometimes our body just doesn't want to move slow enough. Sometimes our body, we may push it too far, too soon, too quick, even though our moving should be too slow. So I've come to tell you a bit about the benefits of Tai Chi and some other things as well. Last time I tried to do this video, I only got to 2 out of 4. So let's talk about the benefits. Our physical benefits of Tai Chi Chuan, the Grand Ultimate. We work on our balance. We work on strengthening the legs, becoming more aware, spatial arrangement of where we are in space and time. Consider it to be always cardio because we are working with our breath. And the other beautiful focus about this is our mental health. It helps to reduce our stress. Did you know that there are studies that show that it increases our cognitive function by 40%? Now, that's pretty awesome. It benefits individuals, as I have personally seen, with Parkinson's and dementia. As a matter of fact, the one gentleman that I worked with that had Parkinson's, at the end of class, he said, "Jacob, are you hypnotizing me?" I go, "What? No, I'm not hypnotizing you." He said, "This is the most still I have been in a very long time." Now, that's it in a nutshell, right? It's not from me, it was from him, letting me know how it has benefited his life. Overall stress relief. Now, what does that mean, right? Overall stress relief. Well, it allows our body to then heal. We cannot be in a fight or flight and in calmness at the same time. There's really no middle ground of that. We have to be one or it's the other. I prefer the other so the body can heal. We can't be stressed out and calm at the same time. Our next is our joint health. Right? It increases our range of motion. The stress is less, so we're not bounding, we're not jumping, we're not doing alternating, bounding. There's not even a deep squat. Well, there is, like 2 movements. So the movements themselves also become adaptive. Now, what is adaptive Tai Chi? Well, we look at adaptive sports as a whole, right? We regress that movement. So think about doing a push-up. Some will say, "I can't do a push-up on the floor." Great, let's bring the floor up higher to you, and we'll have a bench or a countertop or a really heavy table, and you can do the push-up from there. That way you're still engaging as much of your body as you can, but just less. Individuals have come to class that have either they sit down all the time or some of the time. Then we adapt that movement to fit them. Now, I work mostly in Yan 8 form, Yan 9 form, Yan 10 form, depending on who's counting what. And within that, there are over 42,000 different combinations that you can turn that form into. So what is a form? A form is a choreographed set or pattern of movements, just like in Taekwondo and Karate and in Kung Fu or different styles of fighting styles, to hand down those movements from teacher to student throughout decades and millennial. So we change that, right? Because if you use Tai Chi Chuan in the fighting style, the forms kind of go out the window. I remember doing Taekwondo when I was a young man, that we would go into a low horse stance and put the hands up and immediately come up to standing and then start doing our kicks and punches. So we adapt the movements in Tai Chi to fit the individual that is either standing, seated, or lying in the bed. Yes, because the focus really is more about what's going on upstairs. It's beautiful displayed on the outside. So let's do this quick little exercise, if you will. Now I'll come back here. I'm going to put my palms to the camera. And I want you to turn your fingers the same direction as me. We're going to mirror our movements. Now brush the hands across. Now turn the palms down. And now bring just the wrist. Wrist relax. Bring the fingers down. Pull back up to the other side. pull across again, and then rest. Now, in the movements in Tai Chi Chuan, this is ward off and roll back, but the movement is much bigger. Or it can be a little more simpler, like Chen Men Qing. Or we can regress it all the way back to just using the fingers. Because maybe this is the range of movement that individual has. Maybe there's no mobility in this shoulder. Maybe the hands only can move here from the elbows, and we can just do this. But inside your mind, create this place that brings you peace. And it will benefit you, not just as you do the movements itself, but in the hours and the days to come. So next on our list is, where do I see the future of Tai Chi Chuan going? Well, I'm kind of already in the future. I want to create, or am creating, this Tai Chi as Tai Chi therapy, not medical Tai Chi therapy. So you think about the movements that we might do in physical therapy if we injure our shoulder, our hip, our knees. You get the idea, right? Well, what movements in Tai Chi that we turn into what's called, I call skills and drills, that we take these techniques into a repetitious movement that would benefit an individual that has some sort of injury. So if we look at our shoulder, we're going to do an external and then an internal, right? Pronation and supination. Well, we can use these movements in what I call skills and drills, because we do them repetitiously to find a common movement. Right? Now, if we added a band to that, the band's over here, right? A stretchy band, and we pull the band and then we let it go. So we're working the pectoral muscle, the anterior delt here, stabilizing with the core. So I'm working on that. Also, if you haven't seen in a Meta headset, no promotions here, but there is some Tai Chi worlds there where they're practicing Tai Chi. And so I just think that that's our next. We've seen virtual or apps that you can learn Tai Chi on, but then to actually be there and doing Tai Chi maybe in a group. So that is where I see Tai Chi going. Therapy, exercises, right? Yes, we know it's for health. Yes, we know it's for arthritis because it helps us gain function of our stability and mobility. Yes, we know it is for calming the body because we breathe in the nose, out the mouth, moving slowly, right? But where do we go from that? And I think going into the virtual world is that next step, and taking it into the world of physical therapy where we would recommend, prescribe said exercise movement of Tai Chi Chuan for that health. And I think that wraps it up for this episode of The Grand Ultimate Life. Where can Tai Chi Chuan take you? Into a place of peace for joint health, for stress relief, for mental health and other physical benefits. I believe it is for you. Like my wife says, because she's in the fitness industry as well, we have to do the class at least 5 times for your body to understand how it fits the class and how the class fits the body. And then how the body and the mind work together to enjoy that. So I invite you to also to go to my YouTube channel, just type in YourTaichiguy, all one word, to find this video and others. But look for the one that says, what is Tai Chi, ... Listen to them. I believe that's the name of it, Listen to Them. And it is a very short, but yet powerful talk or testimony from those that have benefited from Tai Chi that were my students in Florida. So that wraps us up. Thank you again for tuning in, and check out the rest of the videos on the YouTube channel and also here on Instagram. And until then, my friends, be good to yourself. You deserve it. I'm Jacob Glassmeyer, your Tai Chi guy with the Grand Ultimate Life. Be well.